Krew Season Podcast, we are back again. This is episode 71.
71.
We are missing a couple of fellas today. Kenny T couldn't make it, Smooth couldn't make it, but again, still got to show up and give y'all what y'all asked for, man. I think it's gonna be a dope episode today. OT is in the building though.
Yes, sir. You more concerned about them hoes than your wealth. That shit is bad for your health. Shout out my nigga Currency.
It's about right. Y'all have seen him on previous episode. Red is in the building today.
What it do? You had to call in the reserves. You know what I'm saying? When you need that bench player to come in and put up 40, I show up.
And show out.
Wrong one. Go put up 40 shots. The hoes better go with. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Oh my God. We have a very interesting docket today. Matter of fact, right before we sat down to do this, we got blessed with a story. Boosie and Lil Nas. We've touched on this story in the past, and they've been kind of going back and forth on Boosie has said some things about the LGBTQ community, Lil Nas specifically, as far as like him not liking how, he's out here representing and kind of pushing this quote unquote gay narrative on kids and, the youth and different things like that. That's the issue that Boosie takes. Now, Boosie is a hood dude, so he got a colorful way of saying things, and that offends a lot of people. Obviously, so he's been under, fire for that or whatever the case may be. And him and Lil Nas X been kind of trolling each other back and forth. But I think recently Lil Nas X said something jokingly about like them being on a song together or something like that. And Boosie took offense to that. So he went to his Twitter. I'm just gonna read the tweet, and I want to get y'all response. Boosie say, "Stop trolling me, faggot. Say you a whole bitch playing with a gangster." Shaking my head. You can keep sucking dick and getting fucked in the ass and peace and in peace, and you hate yourself. I would too if I was you. Nas X, if you commit suicide, you would do this world a huge favor. Nobody wants you here. In all caps.
That's wild.
God damn, Boosie.
Trying to get this shit removed.
Boosie.
He trying
to get canceled.
But he don't give a fuck because he not gonna get canceled.
God damn.
That's the fuck. I mean, I ain't gonna say fucked up part, but Boosie got a fan base that makes him almost invincible. So he is fucked up, but he really can say what the hell he want to say, and he gonna have a lot of backlash from it, and he know he gonna have backlash from it, but that's not gonna change his pocket.
Yeah, but I mean. Then there's just ways to just go about this kind of shit, man. You don't try to tell somebody to kill themselves.
And that shit was that was a little extreme.
That's hella extreme. You can disagree with, somebody's views on life. That's cool. If y'all don't have the same views, y'all don't have the same I don't want to say goals, but y'all just don't do things the same. Mm-hmm. That's fine, but That's just hella extreme, bro. You don't have to tell nobody to kill themselves. To me, I wouldn't say Lil Nas X hates himself because, no way that he does. I feel like, the way that he's trolling it, that's on a whole nother level. And he's probably enjoying this. That's, he shit, keep going. That's just giving me more publicity. That's going to give me more streams. And
called that boy a faggot.
He called him a faggot. 20 years ago, wasn't nobody gonna be mad about you using that word. But now, in this time, in this sensitive community, you can't offend certain people. I mean, I don't say you can't. It's just there's people who gonna get offended and they gonna come out with the sticks and the fire and they try to get you canceled, things like that. So, I mean, that's just a lot.
Yeah, man, I was looking at it, and I see it just as two trolls just going back and forth, having a good time, essentially. I don't really think neither one of them cares about what outside perception is of them. You can just tell by how they move. Lil Nas X just leans into the jokes to where it's in the past, you know, people that, you know, was not even necessarily gay, but like just on that side of jokes or on that side of like getting ridiculed or backlash, they would kind of like get in their feelings and kind of get serious or whatever. But Lil Nas X has been joking throughout the whole thing. It's like he feeds off this kind of thing. He's, you know, whatever. And Boosie is the same way. Like, he's gonna troll. Like, that's why he put a big ass LOL in the middle of that tweet I just put, because he know what's coming, but he just don't care. This is just two elite trolls that are clashing. In terms of what he said, is it wrong? Sure. I mean, I think that's common sense. But as far as like the repercussions of it, I mean, it's not going to be any different than the repercussions he's been getting for it, and he's been able to deal with that. So
it ain't like he with nobody really,
right?
Ain't got no sponsors or nothing like that. So I mean, nothing getting pulled from him. I mean,
Boosie is from the hood, man, and he makes his money on doing his shows, putting his music out, doing his shows. His fans are still going to come to the shows. His fans are not Lil Nas X fans. Boosie is from the hood.
Boosie bash.
Yeah,
all that shit.
It's still packed. It's still all of that. Like, Boosie just has, I don't know, he's like kind of isolated himself in terms of like repercussions and backlash. Or Boosie, just like O said, Boosie can say what he want to say. Like, it's a few people like that could just say what they want to say, and it's just like, man, that's just Boosie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Compared to like if, say, a Drake come out and say something like that, then all hell will break loose.
Because all on Twitter it was like, well, what the hell Boosie said now?
Right.
Like, that's all the tweets. What this nigga done said now.
But yeah, so I mean that's how I look at it. Am I out shocked? And no, I'm not surprised at all. This is
I'm shocked. Only at the suicide part. That's it. Everything else, yes, I feel like. But for that man said to kill himself, that he would do the world a favor, I felt like that was a reach. Everything else though, like, I definitely say, yeah, of course, that's par on for Boosie.
I ain't shocked. Like Boosie said, I feel like he's probably said worse. I mean, he's been touching on this topic for the past 2 years now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Lil Nas X, Dwayne Wade's daughter.
Yep.
You know, and he, like I said,
but I think that he was just sharing his opinion though. I think that was slightly different because he just didn't like the way that it was being pushed, especially at a young age, that when you one gender, you can be another gender or dress up as another gender. I think that was his only issue to me. That's what it seemed like. Of course, he gonna say it crazy as hell, but I think his agenda was like, let the kids be young kids enough to make that decision for themselves and not have it, pushed on them. Yeah. Right. So.
Well, I mean, I agree. Again, prayer style parties involved. So what can you say? What can you say to that, man? We're gonna stay in music though. Chloe Bailey, who's rose to fame from Chloe and Halle, did shows with Beyonce. Beyonce they are kind of her proteges, I think, to the world. She's kind of taking them under her wing. Super, super talented girl. She recently made a statement. I'm going to play said statement, and I want to get y'all response to what exactly she had to say.
Okay. But if I call you, don't pick up all the time. Got it. Sometimes I'm going to be left wondering, what's he doing? Got it. Because that's kind of, because it's like, if you on your shit and you working hard, you're not always worried about me. And for some reason, that's kind of hot because it's like you working on you.
So that's a green flag.
Yeah. Okay. Just a little bit.
Okay, green flag.
Always pay attention, but don't pick up every time I call.
Green flag.
Yeah.
What are Chloe's red flags?
Red flags, I hate a womanizer. Like,
Thoughts. Don't pick up every time that I call. Make me wait on it.
I kind of agree. Because especially you pick, every single time I call you, it's like, damn, you ain't got nothing else to do with your life? You know what I'm saying? Every single time I call, like, you in a meeting, you at work, you out with your girls, you know what I'm saying? You at home by your, every time you in the tub, answering the phone, no.
It sounds like what she's saying is she wants something that's still mystique. You know what I'm saying? She wants
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like she don't want to know that
you're faithful. That's how I feel.
I don't want to say that because she said, you know what I'm saying, pay attention, but she was like, you ain't got to answer the phone every time I call because then that means, you know what I'm saying, she's going to get to a point to where she's just like, oh, you know what I'm saying, I can call him right now. I know he's going to answer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's after some time, especially in a relationship, like women might find that boring. You know what I'm saying? You might lose an edge with her. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm definitely gonna find that boring.
I agree.
I feel like I got you in my pocket.
Yeah. And I mean, but the thing is that a lot of women feel this way. And we've said this before on numerous occasions. Move in moderation. And that's exactly what I mean by moving in moderation. Like if you are overly available to somebody, your stock drops. That's just real.
Drastically.
You can be a great person. You can be, fine. You can be independent. You can have your own, all of that. And this is for men and women. If you make yourself overly available to somebody, you lose value. Yep. Because in our head, using her as example, if I'm dating her, right? In my head, if every time that I call her, she picks up the phone, or every time I text her, she responds immediately, I'm going to feel like, okay, I got her in my back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like her life essentially revolves around how I move. Mm-hmm. And that's going to lower her value compared to, say, if I'm talking to a woman and, again, I call and she hit me back maybe a few hours later or something, or text me back a few hours later like, hey, man, my bad. I was tied up. I was doing this. I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because that makes her more desirable is because it's like, okay, I feel like having her is going to be a privilege. It wasn't just handed to me. Like she has a life. Like she has things going on. So she's making time for me. And that holds more, stock than somebody that's just so, you call them, they pick up a half ring. Hello? Hey, how you doing? It's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what she's getting at. Yeah, so she just put it out there, and she spoke for a lot of women and a lot of men, if we're going to be honest. Moderation is key. We say that all the time. Like when you are entertaining somebody, when you are dating somebody, move in moderation. That's not saying that, that you every time y'all text, you don't respond to 6 to 8 hours late. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is just don't be too eager. Don't seem too eager. Make them people feel like it's a privilege to talk to you.
Yeah, maybe 20, 30 minutes. Shit, ain't got to be. But shit, something. You ain't got to answer the phone every time. Let your phone say missed call. Damn. Call right back 5 minutes later. I mean, shit, it's up to damn. My bad, baby. You know what I'm saying? I was in the bathroom.
She said it. She was like, you know what I'm saying? When you, if it's a missed call, it seems like, you know what I'm saying, you're busy. So if I know that you're busy, I know you're hustling. And if I know you're hustling, she was like, she turned on about that. She was like, shit, you got business to handle. She's a priority, but you also still have other priorities and you're taking responsibility on that. To know that, she's dealing with somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, know how to handle some shit as opposed to just always phone ring one time and they answer the phone. Right. She said she not fucking with that.
Yeah, man. Moderation.
Could be busy with them hoes too, though. Just saying.
And that's going to up your stock even more. But moving along. Recently, Fizz and Omarion. Fizz issued Omarion an apology. If you are not familiar, Omarion used to date a lady named April Jones. They had a kid together. She is now, the mother to his child. And they was in a long relationship. And, whatever happened, they end up breaking up, whatever the case may be. And Fizz, who was Marion's group member and one of his friends, ends up dating this woman. And when he did it, it was outrage. He was like, damn, bro, really? That's your homie baby mama? Like, that's his girl. Like, they was about to get married and you dating her now, bro? Like, what is going on? So he caught a lot of heat for that. And him and her just was like, you know what? This is my life, our life. We're going to do what we want to do, da-da-da-da. Just kind of, shoving the backlash to the side or whatever. But recently, because they are on the Millennium Tour, which is, features Bow Wow and B2K and a bunch of other acts, Soulja Boy.
Did feature Bow Wow.
And Bow Wow dipped on him.
What? You hear about that?
Nah, I missed that. Nah, I seen him tweeting about it.
I didn't know if it was official. I don't know, but they was beefing for a little bit. And he was like, what you mean, nigga?
They said his set time. He said his set time was too short.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
You think 15 minutes? It's Bow Wow, nigga. Bigger than all y'all put together.
Bigger than all you niggas.
Which is, true. That's true. Hit for hit. But on this tour, right? Fizz and them was performing one of they B2K records, and Fizz stopped the show to say something. I'm gonna play what he said, and I want to get y'all response.
Fucked up shit to my brother. Some snake ass shit. And I'm not proud of it, man. So I want to sit here humbly and sincerely apologize to you for any turmoil or dysfunction I caused between you and your family, bro.
Damn. So it was a lot going on. Again, that's somebody recording from the crowd. But essentially he said, look, man, I just want to apologize for, the way I handled that situation and any, issues that it might have brought within your family, bro. That was never my intention. You my brother, this, that, and the third. I made a mistake. I was wrong. They dabbed each other, hugged each other up on stage. So I want to get y'all response as to y'all thoughts on the situation.
I'm not dapping no nigga hand who just said, I'm sorry for piping your baby mama. I can't do that shit, bro. That's just some foul shit. Period.
Not piping or being in love with her, all that.
Yeah. Piped her down multiple times. Like no, man, you can. That's not something you can come back from. To me, like you knew who this lady was to me. You knew who this woman was, regardless if I ever vented to you about her and told her, you know what I'm saying, what we had going on. Hey, man, she tripping. She did this. You know what I'm saying? She mad that any of that, bro. You don't go to your bro. You go get your bro out of all the women that you could have gotten. You chose her, bro. That lets me know that from jump. You know what I'm saying, that you was eyeing that. You felt envy that I had it first. Ray J, I hit it. Now, I'm just saying though, like, bro, that's hard to come back from, bro. I was like, me personally, I don't. I was like, look, bro, we on tour. I probably would have dapped him up in front of the crowd, but behind the curtains, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, bro, I've been meaning to catch this fade for you, man. Let's go ahead and get this one out the way. If you really want to get this shit over with, we got to catch this fade.
You got to. No way around it, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. And no lie, you might end up waking up like 15 minutes later. Like,
you gonna do them that bad?
Bro.
That's what I was thinking.
Bro, I'm
like, don't come at me with that bullshit, and especially, like, it ain't no jest in front of all these fucking people. It's already a fucking embarrassment right now.
Already,
like at that moment, what he said that my fist was balled up. I would have punched him dead in his chest. Boom!
Would have had the Arthur fist, nigga, just on the side, like, yeah, man.
No, man, I'm sorry. Because first off, I don't even think I could have been on the same stage. Once you did that, bro, that's like the ultimate betrayal.
But you know what's more fucked up about it to me? He only apologized because him and April wasn't together no more.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
So if it wasn't for that,
like, if he was still, that nigga wasn't gonna apologize for that.
But how does it look? Like, hey, I'm sorry. While you with her, that's fucked up too. Like, how can you go? That's just a mess situation.
I mean, if they were still together, you got to issue. It got to be one of those apologies where people gonna say that it's fake or whatever, and you get on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, man. You know what I'm saying? You my boy.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We made all these hits together, bro.
I'm not with it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, bro, but we in love, bro.
Nah, he should have said, I'm a terrible friend. I'm a shit friend.
And I fucked your girl.
That sounds
terrible.
That sound wild.
I'm fading that nigga up. Just like right after we shook hands. All right, man, yeah. Hey.
Come talk to me.
Soon the curtains come down. All right, bro, like this. Here it is right here. No gloves, my nigga. Let's catch this one real quick.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that, again, resume is very important to me. Very, very important to me, man. Like, which is why I move the way I move, and I have the rules that I have. And any woman that any of my boys even seen in a serious fashion, don't even have to be a baby mother, but if you done heard your boy talk about this girl, how much he loved this girl, like this, that, and the third, because I'm sure that he done confided in him before, in one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And she's the mother of his kids. Like, no, like it's unforgivable. It's a situation where it's like that's gonna be on your resume. It don't matter how many I'm sorry's that you say. Just the thought process that goes into that, and then not only you shooting at her, but engaging in a serious relationship that lasted like a couple years with her. So it's like all the while you getting all this backlash from everybody, which should, it shouldn't even be necessary for that. Your moral code should have struck that down immediately, but you went through with it. But you getting backlash from all these people, and it's like, damn, like the sign not clear, like the writing ain't on the wall for this. What you're doing is wrong, bro. It's wrong. Like if that's your homie. Now, if that's not your homie, and y'all just co-workers, okay, then we can have a different conversation. But, again, these people they've been in this group since they was kids.
Are they really brothers?
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and from, how this situation played out, I don't think they are. I don't. Because again, if that's your brother, it's going to be way more emotion involved in that. But Omarion was just moving like, you know what, hey, man.
But that's because he supposedly at peace.
I know.
His zen and all that shit. Yeah. But I just don't.
And even Fizz, though. Like, if that's your brother, you not doing that, bro. I don't care how she can shoot at you, and I'm cool. Hey man, I appreciate you, but I can't do that. You on my boy Agile situation, nope.
But you know what's crazy for us to even see that, because that was just something. You know what I'm saying, that was put out for everybody to see. You know what I'm saying, and it blew up. But you ask some women out here, like they got some dudes that move like that.
Oh, definitely.
They got some dudes that move like that. They, you know what I'm saying, they cool with the boys, and you know what I'm saying, you see him dealing, you know what I'm saying, with his chick, they end up breaking up, and then
you couldn't wait to slide.
You know what I'm saying, 2-3 months, you spin the block and you trying to, you know what I'm saying, get in, you hitting her DM. So they got some niggas that send their girl DMs now. Like,
I agree.
That shit wild.
I agree. I actually, somebody came to mind when you said that. I know of a situation. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't no snitch. But, they had situations with dudes done smashed a nigga gal while he was there.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Having like a little function, whatever the case may be. And, they done dipped off and went smashed and came back or whatever. And dudes still don't know to this day.
Oh, no.
You see what I'm saying? And they pictures together and bro this, bro that. And, love you, bro, da-da-da. And he did that.
God damn.
But, again, this code. Moral code, like that's the main key of manhood, in my opinion. Like you gotta have a code. You can't just do things, move on the whim, whatever feels good, being set. Like that's not what a man is. A man has moral code. There's certain rules that I'm not gonna break. There's certain things that I'm gonna stand on. I don't care what opportunity or situation arises. If it don't go with my moral code, I'm cool on it. But apparently, dude ain't got no moral code, bro.
All right, so I got my hypotheticals. I get to thinking.
This nigga.
All right, so, because there's somebody going to be thinking this, and I ain't saying this ain't me. I know somebody going to be thinking shit like this. Is there a statute of limitations as far as, like, so let's say she didn't have a kid, but you dated a high school. That was your high school sweetheart, maybe early in the college.
Right.
But now we mid-30, 33, 32, the friend end up seeing the ex out or whatever.
To me, who you were in high school and who you are at 30 years old is two different people, in my opinion.
But that was the love of his life. High school sweetheart, went to college. The early stages of love.
And I mean, I would honestly run the idea first before I even shot at her. I would run the idea of like, bro, like how you really feel about her? Because you know what I'm saying. If he would spin the block on it, she's untouchable. It was like I'm not even going there.
But the thing is, Red, not to cut you off, you know how every man is gonna answer that. Bro, go ahead, do you? I ain't worried about that. But
in the back of his head,
you know your dude though. You know what that means.
Even though I tell you that, like, oh yeah, it's cool, like,
right,
still don't shoot.
Exactly. So it's a slippery slope, man. Me, again, no.
I'm gonna say no.
Off limits.
I
can't do it. Because again, like, for one, like, for you to be my girl, right? Like, nobody I know has to have experienced you like that. Mm-hmm. Because the whole point of having a woman, right, you want to put on a pedestal like she's for me. She's not for everybody. But if we are in a situation, and this is still my boy, so we going to still be around each other, and y'all going to be around each other, and just knowing that he smashed and you did everything to him that you doing to me, and it's just like, it's no exclusivity there. And I feel like that's what's the key to a relationship is. Like, men take pride in a woman being untouchable. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, every woman has a past, which is cool. That's why, most dudes is not tripping as long as you ain't hit somebody that he know or somebody he cool with. But if you hit somebody I know and I'm cool with, again, I gotta be around this person. So now when we sitting in the room, me, you, him, I'm in my head, I'm looking at this, it's like, damn, I'm judging everything. Like, damn, why is she laughing that hard at this joke? So she still want him back? Like what? Like damn! Like why? Why they got little inside, which they do. Yeah. They got inside jokes and all kind of shit.
Of course.
So I'm looking like no. So just to avoid all of that, I'm cool, bro.
She did that thing before, and now you sitting there and you just looking like. I remember when she used to,
that thing with her tongue.
And then it's like, say I come to you for advice. I mean, I can't come to you for advice on a relationship. Cause you gonna say something just being a man that's gonna slip out wrong. Yeah, bro. I remember when she used to do that to me. Whoa.
Oh hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cause we had those issues too. She used to talk a lot.
We end up fighting that night.
What?
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, you can't even confide in them no more. So it's just like to avoid all that. No, I'm cool, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. That's just me. All right, we're gonna move right along. We're gonna get into a little NBA. Recently, a list came out and had social media in a frenzy. A top 75 players of this generation. Now there were some notable snubs on this list. I'm just gonna name a few: Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and there were a lot of others. But those were the key ones in my mind that stuck out. Oh, Dwight Howard.
Yeah,
another
for sure.
one. Big. Those were the key snubs that just stuck out in my head. And I'm just like, wow. So I want to speak to the snubs, and I want to get y'all opinion on how egregious the snubs were. And who should be in the list.
Well, first, let's say Dwight Howard should be on that list.
Absolutely.
All right, you talking about a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about somebody who's led the league in rebounding. I think it's like five times.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm correct, he's top 10 all time in rebounding.
8 times All NBA.
Mm-hmm.
8 times All NBA. He led the league in blocks like 6 times. Like, come on, man. And he's an NBA champion now. Let's not forget that. He added that to his resume a couple seasons ago.
At one point in time, he was arguably the best person in the league with Kobe and Dirk and LeBron and Kobe and Wade.
Well, we ain't gonna say best player.
I said arguably. I ain't say he was. I'm not saying he was. I mean, when people was putting, because they had a Stephen A. article when he was like, "Who's your top 5 right now?" And he had D Wade, Kobe, Dwight, Dirk, and it was like one more.
Right.
And that was his top 5. So I'm saying like.
Oh, so he was in the elite conversation.
Yes, for sure.
But
yes. Not saying he was.
I've never seen somebody argue for him to be the best player in the league.
Like that. But
I wouldn't have
elite list.
But I mean, for somebody to say at that time they said that he was. I'm like, look, I ain't gonna debate you, but you still got Kobe, LeBron, and Wade out there. But
he was a walking 20 and 10.
Yeah,
easy.
At one time, and wild part, he was getting 20 on trash points because he didn't have no post moves. So we gonna be honest, alleys and put back dunks. That was where he was getting his money from.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, he 3-time defensive player. Yep. This was a time where everybody was coming down. They setting up the big men to score.
Yeah,
and he defending that.
Yeah, he led his team to the finals too.
Mm-hmm.
Beat Braun.
Matter of fact, I'm about to say, beat your boy.
He sure did.
Beat that boy, man.
Sure did.
Damn, a lot of people beat Braun in the finals, but that's another conversation. What you were saying, bro?
That one in the finals, but that nigga had a squad. Don't play. Don't act like Dwight ain't had no squad. He had them shooters over there.
Okay,
don't play.
No, look
Jameer,
you know I'm ready.
You know I'm ready. Jameer Nelson, Peja Stojakovic, them boys was cooking over there.
A watch Peja.
I don't want to hear that. He was cooking.
But okay, so Dwight Howard, y'all feel like should be in. Is there anybody else that you felt like was egregious?
Klay Thompson.
I agree.
Klay Thompson, top 3 shooter of all time.
Fact.
And the only reason why I say top 3 is because he didn't play the last 2 seasons. He wasn't able to add anything to his resume. Had he played these last 2 seasons, he'd be number 2, right behind his teammate Steph. So I would say Klay should have been up there.
Vince Carter and Tracy was egregious.
That is egregious. That is egregious.
Got your fucking mind, dog.
Vince Carter played 20-something years in the league. He do a human highlight reel.
Dog. Over what? Some of these names, you don't even know them.
Go ahead and read them out. Yell them out. Hey, real quick, though.
But this is no disrespect. This is no disrespect to anybody out there.
Hey, hold on real quick before y'all start reading them. Did y'all see that video with Kyrie when they was comparing Kyrie to one of them old school?
Oh my God, bro!
I was crying.
Fam,
they put their highlights like back to back.
Fam,
and the dude was just like regular wide open, just shooting put back shots like that. And they was like, "Which one y'all think should be on the?" And then they'll go to Kyrie. He mixing and curling around.
Fam.
Dog,
I don't know.
Funny
maybe
as hell,
maybe I'm just too young. I don't know.
That's how I look at it. I was like,
maybe I'm just too young.
This is my thing. They said this is the all 75 team, and I'm like, okay, y'all got some names in here that I haven't heard in 29 years. All right, I've never heard of Dave DeBouchier.
He played for the Knicks.
He was
back
nice.
in the set. He played with Phil Jackson.
Was he nice though?
Yeah, but he wasn't top 75 nice, but he was cool.
Bill Sharman.
He won a chip. Bill Sharman, I don't know who that is.
What's this other one? There was somebody named Dave. It was Dave something. I'm like, bro, this
Dave Bing.
Dave, who is he?
He played for the Celtics.
Dolph Shays.
That's the one that they was joking on.
Dolph Shays.
Dolph Shays. Like, bro,
they say if you had a pickup, I mean, if you at the park and he on the sideline and Kyrie on the sideline,
come on,
who you think?
Come on, man. Bro.
I mean, but I ain't gonna let it. It's a solid list, though. I mean, it's a lot of tough people on here. Tough
for sure.
Legends like James Worthy, Dominique Wilkins, Lenny Wilkins.
But those are names that I'm talking about. Even people who aren't basketball fans have heard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of names on this list that people who aren't basketball fans heard. I was like, some of these, like I said, I've been alive 29 years, bro. I ain't never heard of these 3-4 names we just named.
That Dave DeBuscher.
You know, why he get respect now?
I feel bad because I think it's
I'm sorry, George Mikan. This nigga played 7 years. Like,
but he was on that Lakers team back when they was winning all them chips back in the 60s. I think the 50s and 60s.
Bro.
40s and 50s. Them, 40s basketball shouldn't even been counted back then.
Bill Walton only got like 10,000 points in his, if that. I think it's like 8,000 points in his career.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bill Walton essentially was Brandon Royish. Like he had like a few like dominant years and he got hurt. And then he was just, a regular player. But Bill Walton gets so much respect because back when he was healthy, when he was playing for Portland, like he was like one of the first like two-way big men to where he can light you up for 30 and play defense. And then he carried the Portland Trailblazers to their only championship in history. So it kind of, and then he went to the Celtics and won some more. But he was on the bench at that point. He was hurt.
Okay.
But that's why they give it to him because back then, like a healthy Bill Walton was the truth. But again, but the same argument can be made for Tracy McGrady. We're gonna be honest. Before his back went out, that was the top 3 player in the league for a decade.
A walk-in 30 piece.
It's just honest. One of the greatest scores we ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
He was a shorter version of KD.
Right. Right.
You could pull up from anywhere on the court and he driving like, yeah, man. I feel like they don't respect the, you know what I'm saying, the new people. They don't respect us, man. They don't respect us at all.
I hear the disgust in y'all voice. That's why I keep laughing.
I mean, some of these names though.
Some of the names you're like, all right, cool.
And I love Dame. And they got Dame up there.
Dame should not be in the top 75.
And that's one I probably and I love Dame.
Him over Kyrie.
Did they have Anthony?
Come on, man.
Why is Anthony Davis on this list?
Okay, now come on now. He can crack 75.
Who?
I mean, has he done enough though?
Yes.
How many years he been in the league? 8?
8, 9.
About 8 years.
And what does he have? What accolades?
Well, I mean, he was over there dominating in New Orleans, but they was losing. But he didn't really start getting, I feel like, his just due until he got to LA. Because then, like, you're on the big stage, we playing with Braun, you want a chip. But before that, he was giving out 25 and 10 every night. 30 and 10 most nights.
Yeah.
Like we just gonna be honest,
That's
but New
real.
Orleans was just trash. He giving you 40 and 20, and you lose by 10. Just like,
24, 24, 28, 28, 26, 26.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
He been cooking.
And 11, 12 rebounds. Solid.
Yeah, he was in New Orleans putting up outrageous numbers. 45 and 23.
Even when him and Boogie
Loss.
was
Yeah.
there. Oh, them niggas. Oh,
Him and who?
Boogie. When they was together
New Orleans, yeah.
Ooh.
So it's like that was the only thing missing from AD resume was winning. But since he got that chip, that kind of validated, in the quote unquote experts' eyes. But
Whatever, man.
we say all that to say, man, it was some egregious leaves off. Egregious.
It's just downright the gall of them.
The human highlight reel.
The unmitigated gall.
Yeah, it was unreal. But like my top 5 favorite players was on the list, so I can't really complain. You know what I'm saying? Dirk is there, Steph is there, Kobe is there, AI is there. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
Yeah, most of my dogs up there.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they on the list, I'm cool.
GP was my dog. That was my idol.
man.
Gary Payton was definitely one of my
tough,
first
man.
idols. Talk big shit.
Yep, Steve Nash on the list too. You know what I'm
Steve
saying?
Nash.
But yeah, man, we ain't gonna spend too much time on NBA. Our listeners gonna kill us.
For sure.
At this point, damn, kind of okay. Yeah, no, we gonna get in the quick hits. Okay, first one, man. We are gonna get into a clip from Jason Wilson. If y'all are familiar, we've talked about Jason Wilson on the past episode. He wrote the book "Cry Like a Man." He was recently on the Breakfast Club having a very profound conversation. If y'all have not checked out that interview, go to Breakfast Club and check that out on YouTube. But I'm just gonna play a clip from it, and I want to get y'all response to what he has to say.
And we live from what we do instead of who we are. We've adopted the grinding mentality, which if you look up the word itself, it means to wear down, to torment, to crush, to oppress. And that's why when you see most people who grind, they look wore out. I work hard, but I rest hard as well. And that's another thing. I take pictures now when I'm out. I see an elderly couple. Typically, the woman is peppy, ready to move, and you see the older man just on crutches or a cane can barely move. Because our whole worth, we feel, is in our work. I thought it was just black men who struggle with taking naps. But when I started speaking more, my white brothers, other brothers of different ethnicities was coming up to me like, dude, when my wife come home, I jump up. I'm like, what is that? Because we feel we're only worth what we do. Mm-hmm. How many Father's Days, and I use myself as an example, my family tried to celebrate me. I said, no, I'm good, I don't need nothing. Because again, we feel that
Thoughts. That's very profound. Damn. Jesus Christ, man. I'm about to go buy this book.
That's some real shit. We talk about that all the time. But even imagine, we've heard women before, like saying, if I come home and you're not doing much around the house or something like that.
PlayStation hot and the
saying?
laptop cold.
Like,
shout out to Smooth.
But shit, sometimes that's our relief.
Right.
But we want to seem busy. And again, like he's talking about our worth, our value. We just want to seem like we are able to always uphold our end instead of sometimes taking a break.
Yeah, man, I honestly feel like it's no comfortable space for us. But we didn't talk about that. We feel like as men, we can't take breaks. And it's because, and a lot of it is our fault, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to be honest, man, because, again, we were speaking off the pod about this, just about men like dictating and setting a trend for like what's acceptable. Like we can't say on one hand, okay, we are the leaders of society. And then on another hand, complain about the way society treats us or the way society is. If we the leaders of it, then that means that we can control it and we can manipulate it. And I feel like we got to start, I don't know, where it came as far as like men having to be so just machine-like and always, not feel anything or not be expressive or not complain. I don't know where that came from, but we got to flip the switch on that. The same way that we implemented that, we need to flip the switch and, make men more human. Not saying be, walking around like sad sacks as men. That's not what I'm saying. But, just like he said, he's seeing couples out, older couples, and the man is crutched over, humble,
all the time.
But the woman is lively.
She be giddy and
yeah, because he done spent most of his life taking care of her. But oftentimes that's not returned to us. And that's part of our fault, which is what he just said. My family try to celebrate me. I say, no, I'm good. I'm cool. I don't need nothing.
Yep.
I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like that plays a part in why we go through what it is that we go through. So I just feel like as men, man, we need to make a more concerted effort to change that.
For sure. I was like when I listened to him say this, and I'm like, it's just crazy that we as men, you know what I'm saying, like we ain't never met him before. But I mean, when he says that, it's like we all like, damn. Mm-hmm. I feel that because I've done that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've gone out here, I've put out, multiple days of working all these hours, and even though I feel the wear of it, you know what I'm saying, coming down on me every day, I'm just like, okay, but man, I gotta do this because I gotta go home. I got a family to feed. I gotta make sure my child has diapers. I gotta make sure that my child eat. I gotta make sure that my woman is good, that anything she needs, she can go ahead and take care of it. Mm-hmm. And we think about that stuff so much that we never stop and think like, damn, what do I need right now?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do I need? Where do I need to go? Like, what do I need to take care of as far as myself? Because even as as kids, we're told, saying, oh, when you get older, you're gonna be a man, and you got to be a man. You got to take care of this. You got to do this. You got to do this, and you only got so much time for yourself. But that's what being a man is.
Mm-hmm.
Is having this little time for yourself. But you got to make sure that the family that you have is taken care of.
Right.
Because that's what being a man. We hear that constantly. You know what I'm saying, over and over. So we get to a point to where we're essentially programmed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to where we wake up out of habit. Okay. Oh, I got this many hours in a day. All right, so I'm gonna go to work from 8:30 to 4, and then I got this to take care of afterwards. I gotta, when I'm on my way home, I'm gonna hit my wife. Hey, what do we need? I'm gonna grab that on the way in. By the time before you know it, you get home. You didn't help your wife at the house. You know what I'm saying? The kids are rested, it's settled. It's 8:30, you know what I'm saying, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night.
You got no time for yourself.
And you're just now able to sit down and breathe in relief. In that little brief time, that hour by yourself, that's your relief time.
But shit, then you still got to talk to your girl.
Then you still got to talk to her.
Hear about her day and how it's been, and you know what I'm saying, and now she want to plan this and plan that. Put that on your plate too while you got everything else going on. It's like, it never ends.
It's like, and we're not saying this for men to be, neglecting their families or anything, but we're just saying men, period, need to find more time to take care of yourself, because, like I said, we gotta break that. I guess I would say it's a generational curse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because our ancestors did it. You know what I'm saying? Their ancestors did it, and it's an ever going trend to where as soon as we have little boys, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, hey, don't do that, because you a man, men don't do that, you know what I'm saying, oh, get up, don't cry about that because you're a man. And when you're programming children to do that, you know what I'm saying, they grow up and they go through the same stress, you know what I'm saying, the same wear and tear that we go through, and nobody's trying to break that. So yeah, we got to change that. I
agree. I think men take way too much pride in being low maintenance and not needing something. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm cool. I'm good. I don't need nobody. I don't need nothing. I'm cool. I'm good. And again, I'm thinking, as y'all talking, I'm thinking back to even when we was young playing sports, and you get hurt.
The first thing I thought about,
like, we took pride in, my shoulder is hurt, or my leg is hurt, or my back is hurt, but I'm still gonna play because I'm a man. I'm tough. Like, that shows how tough you are.
100% too.
Like, you are hurt,
and you will brag about it,
right?
Yes. You will brag about it. You will show people like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. I feel this on my side. I bruised up on my ribs, but
you have a cracked rib.
Yeah,
and you didn't play the whole nother half.
Exactly.
Talking about how you done went and took homeboy head off, but you know what I'm saying. You are actually causing so much damage to your body,
right?
Long term, that it's going to affect you, and you don't even know it because you're programmed to think that, I'm supposed to just take pain. I'm supposed to just take that and just keep going.
The thing is that translates to the workforce when you get older, when you become a man, like when you work in a job. Like growing up in my household, I'm thinking about my daddy as y'all talking. Daddy work every day, still to this day. Like I'm pretty sure he got about 600 PTO hours at least. Like, I don't know how it rolls over, whatever the case may be. But if my daddy, like if it was like a running clock, he would have thousands of PTO hours. He never took off, like never.
Damn.
Like to the point to where it's just like, you know, I'd be like, damn, Dad, you ain't gonna get take your little break, whatever. You know, these days as he getting old, I think, you know, because he done fell in love with traveling recently, so he be taking off sometimes to do that.
That's dope.
But you know, most of my daddy life, it was working. Yep. To my 6-7 days a week, like back to back to back to back. Get off a 12 to 15 hour shift. Come home, take a nap, take a shower, eat, go to sleep, wake up, put his work clothes back on. I rarely ever see my dad in regular clothes. It's always work outfit, the work uniform. Even today, every time he come by the crib, he typically got his work uniform on.
Yeah. But
it's just that's what transfers from, you know, being so young, because we feel like, okay, I can't take a day off. I don't have that luxury. Or if I do, like if I'm not building something at all times of the day, then I'm falling short, or I'm letting people around me down, or I'm not being man-like. That's just, even me today. Like when we don't record the pod, that crushes my soul. Crushes me.
It do. It really do. You know
what I'm saying? Or even if we on like vacation or something, you know, it feels weird to take time.
Like I got to do something.
Yeah, it feels weird. I could be editing. I could be doing this. I could be doing that. I could be doing this. And it's just all that's running through our head. We don't never really turn it off and say, you know what, I'm just going to relax and watch TV today and take pride in just watching TV or playing the game. I'm playing the game all day. I don't care what nobody say. This is for my mental health. I'm going to do this.
And I'm going to be relieved.
Straight up. But even when we do that, right, and you got a girl, you got kids, whatever the case may be, if they come in and voice a concern, that automatically becomes top priority.
Yep.
So we go right back to okay, how can I fix it? Okay, all right, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. So our mind don't never get to be turned off. But women get to do that. Like women get to come home to their man, baby, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I'm going through this. And they don't have to think of a solution.
Here.
They can just drop it all on your plate, baby, cry, and it's just like, as a man, you got to okay, now what happened? You got to list it out. You may not even be familiar with her career. You may not even be familiar with what she's talking about. Okay, but you still got to fix it. Or at least that's how we think.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, what he's saying is very profound, bro. Like,
damn, man.
Do you feel like we kind of take them for granted, our women? Like how strong that they are?
Definitely.
Or could possibly be?
Yeah, we coddle our women. We have a culture of coddling our women, even as girls. You know, we use the example all the time. Like if two kids, is a boy and a girl, is in the house and somebody fall, both of the kids fall, the whole house run into the girl. Mm. Oh, you good? You okay? The boy, man, get up. What you crying for? You a man. We don't do that. Get up. You supposed to be tough. So it stems from that, and then we grow up and we get into a relationship with a woman, and we don't look at our women as partners. We look at them as like a extra child.
On the cool, because it's almost like, because how I feel, especially when we be going through a lot in our head or whatever, like it's like when you see her be emotional and trip out over something that you think is small, it's like there's no way she can handle this if I unload this on her.
Right.
There's no way.
Exactly.
No way.
Exactly.
So it's like I'd rather keep it to myself, deal with it, and break it down. However, I gotta kind of piece by piece chop it down until I'm back good.
Yep.
Because there's no way she can just really understand the mental weight that I have going on in my head.
It was like, and when I hear y'all say that, it's like I'm listening and I'm like, damn, I'm so guilty of that. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I'm so guilty.
I told you, we talked about that recently.
I'm so guilty of that because I will have 20,000 different things running through my head, and then I'm at work, I'm handling everything at work, and then I come home and I'm handling stuff at home, and then they got stuff with my car, and then my grandma need this, and then my mama need this, and then this person need this, and I'm thinking about all these things, and I've never stopped to even think about myself, and then I just get to a point, and I'm just like, all right, I can't tell nobody about this because it's gonna stop what they're trying to do.
Because they're trying to help you, but you should want that help.
Yeah.
And I seen it was a post on Instagram or something the other day, and it just said, "Ask for help."
Yeah,
that's simple. Like we don't.
Matter of fact, it was Dak.
That's what it was.
Yeah, Dak that on his wristband or his cleats or something like that. Yeah, because his brother passed from suicide.
So it's just like you just never know, and just like if you have people that really care about you, they would do whatever. They would run through the wall for you.
Facts.
But we just don't want to put other burdens on. You know what I'm saying? People that love you don't mind. They want to help you. They want to take that relief, and they want to be able to support you. And we got to take advantage of that.
Then also we as men, we just take so much pride in doing things on our own. Like it kind of rubs us the wrong way when somebody can hold something over your head. Well, yeah, I helped you do. Like it kind of rubs us the wrong way.
You never want to hear that from somebody,
right?
So you just handle it on your own. You like to make sure that I don't hear somebody say this, I won't even ask you.
Straight up. Like I'd rather start. Like it'd be time, even when I was in college, like my mom and dad used to get on me about that all the time. Boy, just hit us if you need money. Like you're not working, you're going to school, Man, I'll try to make $10 stretch for 2 weeks.
Straight there.
Cause I'm just that I don't want to ask for help. I'm gonna feel like I'm not being an adult, I'm not being a man if I'm doing that.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean it's a lot, man. But we gotta, again, we are the men, we are the leaders of this society. So it's on us to change. We can't expect somebody to, everybody's brains to just flip a switch. But I think if we pass this down to our next generation and really communicate with them, because that's another thing that's missing from generations before us. They didn't really talk about. We didn't really have these conversations like this. But if we do it with our kids, then maybe we can start something that can flip. We may not live to see the change, but a couple generations from now, we may be looking at a different type of man.
Well, yeah, because our pops was kind of like that too. Like you saying, like my Uncle Tony, man, he would work at the plant, long hours. I'm like, nigga, I don't see you when I get up before I go to school. And when I am home from school, I still don't see you.
Because you sleep.
I hear you when I'm, in the middle of the night, you finally coming home off work. You come kiss me, but you got to go to sleep and get up for work again.
Right.
So it's like, I used to complain about that all the time. All the time I used to complain like, damn, niggas, stay home sometimes.
Right.
But he like, I got mouths to feed. We got bills to pay. I got to make sure your mama good. You know what I'm saying? We got to give Granny a little bread here and there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was a lot of responsibility, which I get, but we got to find that balance somewhere in between. Even if you just working a lot, okay, you work 14 days straight, because depending on what industry you in, you may have to work just straight days. Like Facts. Kenny be working crazy hours sometimes. So it's like, if you working stuff like that, it's like after that, you need 4, 5, 6 days or something like that just to unwind and do nothing. Take a trip or just even if you at home, but you just need that time to just disconnect.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, look at what we think. Like, I mean, we appreciate the reward, because when you look at it, you just like at the end of it, you like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I did this, and everybody is taken care of.
Yep.
Like everybody's good.
I can do what I want.
I can do like that. You look at that and you just like, damn, like, all right, so I did what I was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But then right after that, you don't think, damn, I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think to yourself, you just like, shit, all right, got to go do it again.
Or how you affecting everybody else around you.
And the thing is, even that moment of appreciation is fleeting.
Yep.
Because like we'll take pride in it. Like, damn, I did that. All right, what's next on the list?
Exactly.
I gotta get to this.
Yep.
I gotta do this. I gotta do that. As that's how it go.
Going,
like
man.
as men, I feel like we gotta celebrate ourselves a bit more often, man. Especially if you're a solid dude, stand up dude that taking care of your kids, taking care of your family. You ain't out here snaking people. Your resume is clean. Like you need to be celebrating that, because that's not common.
Shout out to y'all.
Straight up, man. Shout out to the real ones. You know what I'm saying? But all right, man, we're going to move on to the next one. It's the last quick hits of the day, because that one went a little long. If you met the perfect woman tomorrow, what adjustments would you have to make as a man to be ready for?
That's a good-ass question.
I appreciate it, man. I came with that on the spot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, if you ran into the perfect woman tomorrow, because a lot of men complain about, like, I can't find the right woman, If you met her, the woman that checks off every box on your list, what adjustments would you have to make about you to be able to transition into that relationship?
I think for me, I would say I would be more assertive. I would be more assertive because, for me, I mean, whether I'm just like kind of casually dating or I'm just kind of just to myself, I'm able to dictate how, the flow of things go for me. You know what I'm saying? I know, to me, I can kind of just schedule it in my head. I'm like, all right, well, I done got off work, so I can handle this when I feel like it, or I can do this when I feel like it. But if I was to come across the perfect woman for me tomorrow, I would definitely say I would become more assertive, because I'm just like, I got to make sure I keep this one in the tuck. Like this I got to keep her. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know what I'm saying, if she has all the qualities that I'm looking for in a woman, like I would move with more assertiveness. For me, that's what I would say.
Valid. Oh,
Man, I'm still thinking.
you have to change about you, because I mean I'm already married, so this question ain't really for me. You know what I'm saying? But I will kind of speak on it in summary. I think like a lot of men, like we'll know what type of woman we want, and plenty of us have stories. Like we done ran into a chick that checked most of our boxes, but we fumbled the bag because we just wasn't ready mentally. It was certain things that we just hadn't experienced that we wanted to experience, or we got in it prematurely and damaged her as a result. You know what I'm saying? But like I feel like making a transition into a relationship, there are changes all men have to make. Like, cause you can't go from, for one is the consideration piece. When you're single, I'm worried about me and that what I want to do. And this is just what it is. I can do what I want. I can wake up. I don't have nobody to answer to. I don't have no obligations, no nothing. But when you're in a relationship, everything is we. Every thought that every decision you make is we.
Literally.
Even when it's stuff about you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the like big ass transitions that you got to make in this thing, and also toning down your ego. There's no place for ego in a relationship, and we say that all the time, man. But that's not an easy thing to do, because just like I've said in the past, like most men, like all of our accomplishments can be tied to our ego. It took ego to leave our hood and go out here and get good jobs and solidify yourself, get your own car, get your own place, be a solid dude, stand on your morals. Like that takes ego to do. Everybody don't have that. That's why you got so many followers out here. They're just looking for somebody that, you know what I'm saying? But rarely ever you run into a dude that can just stand on his own square. It takes ego to do that. But that same thing that builds you as a man outside a relationship can work to your detriment in the relationship.
Destroy you.
Because again, it's about we. It's not about you. So in, regular arguments when you single, you ain't gotta watch your words. You ain't gotta, okay, let me make sure I tone this right. Let me make sure I present this the right way. No, you a single man, I'm gonna say what I want to say. I don't give a damn who I offend.
There's no repercussions for it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
That's very true.
you gotta, that's the ego has to go. So those are just two things right off the top of my head. I'm just speaking personally that I had to
Damn, that was good.
juggle with.
Mine, I don't know. I feel like I'm constantly working on myself, and I'm not the perfect person outside of a relationship for damn sure, because I'm reckless, can be, but it's like I can control chaos. but in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, I really try to work and understand, and really try to meet that person where they are. Really try to see, like, if you don't know how to convey your message or open up, I really try to make you as comfortable as possible to where you feel you can say whatever it is on your mind, and we can talk about it. But I would say mine would just be complete 100% transparency, honesty, and just being blunt from the door. Not kind of saying things to make you feel good, not sugarcoating things, being, you know what I'm saying, trying to be a little passive on it. No, I think that's what I would be ready for if the perfect woman came my way. Because I'm not perfect, and this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just have those honest conversations. And if I'm feeling a certain way, I'm telling you straightforward. I don't want to save no feelings, because again, like I've always said, like, it's coming from a place of love, it's genuine, and all I'm doing is relaying how I feel. I shouldn't have to put it in exact words and put it, fluffy and, things like that in my tone. Of course it's going to be respectful. I'm not going to yell at you and things like that. But because if I do happen to get a little bit loud, it could be because I'm passionate about it.
Right.
It's been weighing on me or something. So as long as I'm not yelling at you, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she should be able to take that. But yeah, mine would be just 100%, just this is what it is, period. Like, I'm with my boys. Boom, here. And if you can't deal with that with me, then you just not the person for me. Because that means I can't be myself 100%.
Yeah, boy, our boys crushed that answer, man.
Saying?
Don't get right into the advice column.
No anonymous shit.
Straight up. Okay, first one is from Allison, Patreon member. Shout out to Allison. All right, she said, hey, what's good? I hope you all are doing well. I have a situation that I wanted to get y'all's opinion on, and I'm going to try to keep it short. Me and a friend of mine were having a disagreement. I told her about a situation I had when talking with a man. She said I was too harsh. Basically, When I was talking to this guy, we both set the standard of the relationship that we weren't looking for anything serious. I made it clear as day that I didn't want a relationship. So it should have been implied what we were doing if we decided to kick it. We both had that understanding. I asked him for more pictures since he only had 3 pictures on his Instagram. He started playing games and kikiing when I did that. At first, I wasn't going to respond. In my head, I'm thinking this dude is catfish. I decided to be patient because I wanted to fill a roster spot. So I sent him a message that said, quote unquote, I'm not with the games. If you want a link, then I need to be more familiar with who I'm talking to. Otherwise, bye. So I end up finding out he is who he says he is. He continued to message me after that, but at that point I was annoyed. So I decided that I didn't even want to deal with it. I feel like, she said, I get childish vibes from this man. So I never responded back to his message. Do y'all feel like I was too harsh in dealing with him?
Nah, she also sounds like she young too. But no, I don't think so. You being childish about sending some pictures over. She want to know how you look, and he can't send no pictures over.
I wouldn't say she.
Don't say it's harsh. Shit.
I wouldn't say it's
She's
harsh.
single.
But she sound like she impatient.
Yeah.
Because I was like, to me, I mean, if you single, you're not looking for a relationship, like, you know what I'm saying? Take it.
Are you lonely?
All that shit is take time. You know what I'm saying? Take your time.
Is she lonely? Like, I wouldn't arrest that nigga back if I was her. Like, there's no, you ain't got to check back in.
Yeah.
Like, it's what's done is done. Ain't no, the roster spot is gonna fill themselves.
That's true. That's true.
Like, straight, you ain't got to try.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it was that harsh, to be honest. I feel like, you know, it's childish, bro. Like, everybody got pictures in their phone. Everybody got social media. These is high tech phones. If you don't have no pictures of yourself in your phone, that is an issue.
FaceTime. What's wrong with FaceTime?
Or FaceTime.
Google. I mean, what's that? Google Duo.
Yeah,
You got a lot
Microsoft
of
Teams. It's a bunch of different things out there to where we can see each other.
2021. This ain't 2007.
So, you know, as far as how she handled it, I would be frustrated too. Like, why are we playing games? Like, what's going on here? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, okay, I'm cool. I ain't responding. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I don't think she was harsh at all.
Trigger was responding with his ego. He was trying to.
She said he started kikiing.
He was happy she texted him.
I don't know, man. But we're gonna keep it moving, man. This next one's from Chauncey. Shout out to Chauncey. Patreon.
Shout out, boy.
All right, say what's up, crew? Y'all been posting some fire posts and videos. Keep up the good work. I remember you guys reacting to a Cynthia G video about when she talked about y'all. I remember she said black people have resources. I remember that Smooth said we don't have resources in the black community. Can y'all elaborate about resources of pros and cons in the community? Please, this is a project for school in English. I appreciate it. Y'all boys stay dangerous.
Yes. That's something you should send us individually so we could do some research if you really want some. He wants some answers off the fly.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. We better give you something to put in your essay. But as far as like us not having resources, I think what Smooth. I'm not gonna speak for Smooth, but I kind of elaborate on what I think he was saying. What I think he was saying, he's just talking about ownership.
Yeah.
Like, even if you look in the black communities, like, it'll be 98, 99% black. And we don't own no businesses in it. Asians own the business, white folks own the business, Jewish people own the business, Spanish people own the business.
In our community.
In our community. And it's things that, which is, you know, it's crazy, like the ego that black people have to say that we don't own shit, right? An example of this is, like cutting grass or building things, you know what I'm saying? You know, like a lot of Spanish people, like they be outside at the Home Depots and stuff like that, ready to jump in and work if you know what I'm saying, need them to, you know what I'm saying? But like those same people, you know, just like the guy that cut my grass, shout out to dude. He started his own business, you know, just knocking on doors, going from door to door. So now he cutting, I think he told me, like 60 yards a month consistently. You know what I'm saying? So my crib, I know he cut me twice a month, and some people he cut weekly. So, and he getting paid $30, $40 a pop, $50 a pop to cut these yards. So you do the math on that, right? So as black folks, a lot of us look at that, I ain't cutting nobody grass.
Exactly.
This man is making crazy money, and it's cash. He ain't got to report it for real. You know, not to, you know, whatever. That's why I ain't gonna say no name. Shout out to my dog. But yeah. So this is cash money. This is Cash App. I pay him through Chase. What's that?
Zelle.
Through Zelle. And it's just straight cash coming to him. And he come through. He don't even knock on the door. He just come through these days and just cut. And then I, at the end of the month, I just pay him. Or if I'm there, I pay him on the spot. And yeah, he say he up to 60 yards. And he say, he done took over most of this neighborhood. He say he about to start working on the next neighborhood. And he got to hire some help now.
Yep.
But again, it's ownership. And that's what Smooth meant by not having resources. You go to the gas station, right? Black folks, we go to the convenience store 100 times a day. Hair store, salons, different things like that.
Look at
Asian people owning
those. Look who owning those stores.
You know what I'm saying? And we spend a lot of money in them. You know how much it costs for a woman to get her hair done?
And these people be having terrible business, be rude to you and everything.
And we keep going.
Keep going.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to do more of, like in terms of like having resources. We need to start practicing owning more things and not being too prideful or too ego to start at the bottom. And build something, or not being too scared to do that, because a lot of, like, any one of us can go start the business that my yard man started tomorrow. It's just, but we got too much pride to go door to door. Hey man, you need your grass cut. Hey, you need your grass cut. We got too much pride for that, and that has to change if we gonna practice any kind of ownership. We got to get more educated. We need to learn about financial literacy way more than we do, which is an issue why we struggle in that department. We spend a lot of money. We make a lot of money, but we spend a lot of money.
Yeah,
bro. We only have our money say in circulation for like 6 to 8 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
That's insane.
That's literally as soon as you get paid, that shit gone.
Another thing that we don't, that would be considered a resource is land.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying. I just seen it. Now of course nobody making money like Young Thug or Rick Ross, but Rick Ross got 350 acres. Young Thug just bought 100. Me and O was just in Dallas, you know what I'm saying, a week ago, and we riding back from Dallas, and there's nothing but signs on this road. It's like 200 acres of land for sale, 100 acres for sale, 50 here.
What I said.
And you were saying, like, we can come here, we could buy this and build our own shit here.
I said make our own city, bro.
Make our own city.
We really could.
Because it was literally sign after sign after sign after sign that was just saying land for sale, acres for sale, acres for sale.
Make my own time.
And I was like, I'm like, all of this is for sale, but you don't see nobody coming out here to buy it. And that's just a perfect opportunity for black people, you know what I'm saying, to build their own shit.
Right.
And I mean, and me and Otis was talking about it, like we was kind of going back and forth, because I was like, to me, it raised red flags to me, because I'm just like, for one, I mean, where we was, it was kind of like in the middle of nowhere, but I was saying like, shit, it's in the middle of nowhere, but you can literally build everything here. You know what I'm saying? You can
make it your own.
You can start your own energy company. You can start your own gas station. You can start your own grocery store. You can start your own laundromat. You can start, apartments and housing, and everything. Post office, like you can. There was nothing but land, and it's all for sale. Right. And he was like, "This is something that in Texas, black people could have, and that could literally become a staple."
And he was saying it'd be a project, and I was like, "Of course, that shit." You know what I'm saying? That would take about 30 years, 20, 30 years or something, but that's something that could happen.
You don't say it was 20 or 30 years. You were saying it would take about 10.
Okay,
I was telling you.
You're right. I might have said 10.
Well, I was telling you it was
a lot could happen in 10. You seen the way Katie transformed in 10 years?
Yeah,
that's true.
Pearland was empty in 2007, 2008.
I'll say, but I think, man, the key to all this is us obtaining the business knowledge, the business acumen to be able to do these things. A lot of us are skilled. A lot of us are talented. Like, we got drug dealers in the hood. They're some of the greatest salespeople in the world, but they just don't have the business acumen to put together. Hey, I got to file these legal documents. I got to buy this real estate, buy this building, get this thing set up. Them same drug dealers can sell clothes or sell anything the same way that they sell those drugs and be super successful business people. You look at some of the biggest gangsters in history.
Yep.
Big Meech.
Salesman.
Yeah, look at somebody like a Big Meech. They selling drugs in 15 different states and all across, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's logistics in business terms.
Yep.
Like, okay, we got trucking, we got delivery this way, we doing this right here. We pitching deals to our plugs and like all of that can be translated to business.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? But again, we don't have the information. We don't have the knowledge, and it's out there, but we just won't go get it.
Don't go obtain it.
You know what I'm saying? Just like when y'all was talking, I was thinking about Ray Kroc. If y'all are not familiar with Ray Kroc, he's the owner of McDonald's. And if you notice, his name is not McDonald's. No, McDonald's is not in his name
at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's a movie called The Founder that I want y'all to go watch. Everybody listening, if y'all haven't, and it tells the story about how McDonald's was created. And Ray Kroc had nothing to do with the original creation of it. There was two brothers, the McDonald's brothers, created a McDonald's because they was great at cooking and making burgers and different things like that. And it was their idea. It's like, man, let's serve this food in the shortest time that we possibly can. So they put together the whole infrastructure. But Ray Kroc had the business mind. So what he did was he came in and
every motherfucking corner.
Yeah, but which is why he say, like, people think McDonald's is a restaurant. We're not. We're a real estate company. And it's because he owns the land. Like he's like, if you look at, it's a McDonald's on every corner. McDonald's owns that land on the corner. So even if it's other restaurants there, they paying McDonald's for that to be on that corner, to be on that block. And that's how his mind came, because he had the business mind to come do it. So we looking at McDonald's on every corner. McDonald's owns every corner that you see a McDonald's is on. And these is in middle of downtown and high value, you know what I'm saying, places. This land is very expensive.
It's always on the corner too.
So for somebody to build something on that corner, we need some of that.
Yep.
White guy?
White guy. Damn. Ray Kroc. Yeah. Yeah, it's a movie called The Founder, again, that goes into vast detail. I was just stumbling across it one night. I was like, damn, let me see how McDonald's was made. And I was like, damn. Like, he literally came in and took it from under them because they didn't have the business acumen. He said, look, man, I'm just going to pay y'all a couple 50 million, 100 million, whatever, and y'all just, go ahead and do y'all thing. But I own the land that y'all restaurant is on anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he took them over. Like, they had their restaurant, but they didn't own the land. He came in and bought the land underneath it.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, now y'all are my employees now.
Yep.
And then I'm about to spread this thing to all over the country. Well, I mean, all over the world.
All over the world.
But yeah, so he's the owner of it. But again, I say that to say, like, we are very talented as a culture as far as black people.
Absolutely.
We need to find a way to monetize it. And once we do that, the pendulum is going to shift drastically. But until we do, we're going to keep having the same issues that we have as far as the limited resources. But good question, man. Shout out to Chauncey.
And we can't be afraid to work together. That's one of the major issues right there.
Fact.
Now, I don't want to elaborate too much on that, but that's definitely one of the biggest issues, because our egos or people just have terrible attitudes.
Right.
Like, again, ask for help. Like, y'all can go in together, break something down. Boom, you got that. Now you can move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to move a couch with two people than versus one. So let that marinate on your spirit.
Yeah, that's deep. I think we're going to have to go into a little further detail on that. That's actually a hell of a topic. We can save it for a later episode. But yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna write that down.
We're gonna say that for the Patreon.
Yeah, for the Patreon, man. Next one is from Jay, Patreon member. All right, he said, what's up, crew? It's your boy again. Appreciate y'all advice. I took smooth advice and been on a mission ever since. So I haven't been taking anyone serious. Been sending them to the gulag as soon as they get out of hand or fuck up after I smash, of course. And all. He said, I also took everyone else's advice and I've been bettering myself, leveling up. So I started a new job Monday making $34 an hour. So life's been pretty good.
Okay.
Say my question is this. I haven't really dated since I was 19 and entered that quote unquote relationship. I'm 23 now. And wanted to know, what are some red flags I should look for when I decide to actually start dating? What are some big ones and what are some subtle ones I should look for that most men don't really notice or have no clue about that really tells you about a woman? Put me on game for real, or any tips y'all would tell a little brother or cousin that'll really help them out. Tips that a lot of people don't know. Appreciate the time. Y'all keep running this podcast shit out here. Oh, and O was right. Them spirits, energies do transfer when fucking a girl for real.
Damn me.
Okay, so his question is, what are some tips as far as red flags that he should look for? Some blatant ones and some subtle ones.
I mean, you just seen social media go into a frenzy. Like, they listed out a bunch of red flags. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just to be funny, but you know what I'm saying? Anything that was like, oh, he's just my brother. Like, that's a red flag. But I mean, if we being serious, I mean, you got to look at it, look at the woman's hustle and see how she moves. Is she, is serious about her money? See if she's serious about growth. You know what I'm saying? If she's working somewhere and she's just complacent with where she is, maybe that's not the woman for you. Because obviously you're upgrading. You know what I'm saying? You're leveling up. You say you're about to start a new job. Congratulations on that, by the way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You need a woman with a mind that's like yours. Mm-hmm. So I would say that. I would say another red flag is a woman who always in some drama. You know what I'm saying? Generally, a woman that's always in some drama is probably the center of it. You know what I'm saying? The cause of it. And she might be complaining to you about, problems or, that she's having or problems with her friends, and she running with the wrong crowd. You know what I'm saying? So you want to watch out for things like that.
Sometimes she may not be the center of it. She just want to be in it.
Which may be worse.
Yeah.
That may be worse.
And everybody shit, all her friends, she in all their drama.
Damn. Yeah, that's true. I would say one for me is just like how well do y'all communicate when things are bad? I think that's something that we don't really look
major key.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we dating these chicks, like we got a lot of things on our list of quote unquote demands, right? And like communication isn't very high on it, and I feel like that's why we run into the issues that we run into. We got looks. I want a woman that's making her own money. I want a woman that got her own. I want a woman that do this, do that, do this. But we don't really factor in the communication. Like the sex may be amazing. She may be pretty. She may have her own everything, but her communication is terrible. Like you can't come and talk to her and give her constructive criticism, or you can't voice your concerns when things go wrong in a relationship without her taking it personally and lashing out at you rather than just listening to what you're saying and y'all working together to kind of fix it as a team. I feel like that's something that's subtle that a lot of men overlook, and that's arguably the most important aspect of a relationship.
Shit. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy you say that, because I was like, I think I was talking to O when I was saying this, but I was like, when it comes to me like dating somebody, like dating a woman, I was like, it generally takes me some time to really just like fully commit to it, but because I was like, I want to see her in the different seasons,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I want to see what it's like when you're high, and I want to see what it's like when you're low, because to me, I'm gonna try to work through it all. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I want to see, if we can have a good communication. You know what I'm saying? When you're down bad, or if I'm down bad, and I want to see if you're still gonna be there. Or, I have to see that, because that'll let me know who you are, who you really are. You know what I'm saying? And what you're going to do going forward. So I was like, it's crazy you say that, because that's something that's, to me, that's something that's big. Like you got to see what the communication is like with the woman when everything is bad.
Damn.
I know that life has its ups and downs. If I fall, would you wait on me?
Would you wait on me?
I've been dealing with so much fake love. I swear this shit's starting to weigh on me. I know they love me everywhere I go. That's why I gotta keep that thing on me.
That thing on me.
I know that life has its ups and downs. If I fall, would you wait on me?
Hey.
That's some real shit. That's some real shit. I would say one of my most important things, I would say a red flag if she's inconsiderate. That would be one of my biggest things.
Definitely.
Because I really pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm having a bad day and you can feel it through the phone, like as soon as I answer the phone, you like, damn, you okay? Like, baby, you all right? Like ones that can notice it like that. You know what I'm saying? That's key, because you paying attention to my body movements, my eyebrows. Like you really like are honing in on me as a person,
right? And
not just we just having conversation on the phone. That'll be one of my biggest things, because that's key. Because I mean, like all of them saying, even like what Red was just saying, like if I'm down, like I need to know that you got me at the end of the day. Like I need to be able to trust that you got me. And if she's not like that early, she's not really for you.
Right.
Like I've always felt that, like, yes, it takes time to really care about somebody deeply and love them and, you know what I'm saying, fall in love with them, all that stuff. But being considerate, I feel like that's just a common decency, especially if we dating.
Right.
Like the moment you say I'm, want to be exclusive, like I'm riding with you. Now where we go from here, that's one thing. But like, if I'm in the car and something happened, you know what I'm saying? We pull over and somebody trying to get out with us and fight. Like, we fighting. That's what it is. Like, I'm in the war with you. Like, right then and there.
Right.
So yeah, if she ain't considerate, she got to go.
Another red flag is if she bad with money. She bad with money because, somebody who's bad with money is if you start to deal with them, you get into a relationship with them, their problems is gonna become your problems.
Facts.
You know, women love to shop. They spend money on, bro. They spend money on anything. If they have time and money in the bank, it's gonna be spent.
So you want to know somebody who knows how to, if they can, if they spend money, you want to know that they know how to spend money. If they, especially if they frugal with it, hey, that's even better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you want to know what, not necessarily what they're spending it on, but their spending habits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you know she can eat at home, and she always eating out every day, or she always asking you for $40. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start to see that as a habit. You like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I need $40. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I ask you if you always need it?
I think every couple should go through this test. Something like, you got $100, 2 weeks. Make it stretch.
Yeah.
Gas too.
Damn.
Maybe not now. Gas a little too high now.
Yeah, you gonna pay 50 at the tank.
Yeah, especially you playing preview. But yeah, I think that's a test right there. What can you do? How much can you maximize X amount of money?
300.
I think that would be a dope little project.
300.
300.
Weeks.
Yeah, because that's 2 fillers. So then 200 for everything. Yeah, 300. I think it's a good matter of fact. I think I'm gonna try that. I know I can. You know what I mean? We come from ramen noodles and wish sandwiches.
Hey, well, I'm
know what a
making
wish sandwich is?
What is
a wish? Yeah, you wish you had a sandwich. Hey, my mama called them air sandwiches.
I wish I had some meat to put on. Shout out to bro, man. Y'all gotta watch Martin, man, if y'all ain't know.
Hey, we call them air sandwiches, boy.
Put some, shit. Like a 99-cent bag of beans. Nigga, that's 3 days, 4 days right there. They don't know about that. Man, that's too much game.
Just another thing before we leave that topic, man. I think something else that's overlooked is like what can you learn from her? A lot of us out here dating women that don't really bring value, like true value, to our lives. Like, they may give us sex, they may cook, whatever the case may be. But when you come home and look at your girl or your wife or whatever the situation may be, you don't want to see a dependent. You don't want to see somebody that, okay, I have to take care of. The goal is for you to come home and see a partner like somebody that I can build with, somebody that I can learn from. Like, I'm looking forward to having this conversation because she's going to give me a different perspective. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But instead of a woman that just bows or bends to whatever it is that you say. Mm-hmm. So what can you learn from her? Like, what type of real value is this woman bringing to your life? I feel like that's something that we need to pay a bit more attention to. Also, how good of a mother would she be?
That's key.
Because, again, if y'all are in a serious relationship, kids gonna come down the line. A lot of us out here getting chicks pregnant because, okay, yeah, she cool to date, whatever. Just because a woman's cool to date and have sex with and do things like that does not mean that she's gonna make a great mother. Mm-hmm. And more importantly, a great baby mother if something else goes left. If the relationship ends, whatever the case may be, now you're dealing with somebody that's a whole demon, making it hard for you to see your kid, like using your kid as a pawn against you, different things like that. Like, you need to map that out and see like what type of mindset she has. How good of a mother would she be if we so happen to get pregnant? Those 2 things I feel like should be added to that list.
And just to be funny, if she got a mattress on the ground with no back spring, that's a red flag.
No headboard.
No headboard.
Damn.
I mean, I just moved. Girl, you been in there 9 months. Just moved in. But all right, man, we're gonna move on to the next one. Hell of a question. This next one is from Tia. She's a Patreon member.
Shout out to Tia.
Yeah, shout out to Tia. Tia be showing love on YouTube, man. She be on other platforms showing us love on 8 platforms too.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Tia a real one. She say, hello, Krew season. Thanks for keeping it real regarding my last question. I needed to hear the tough love. I cut off all ties with my ex-cuddy buddy. I can be honest and admit that I was tripping. Otis, I hear you. I need to adopt an abundance mindset instead of a scarcity mindset. I appreciate the content. Keep up the great work. Damn, she didn't even ask a question. Man. Oldest.
Told you I love y'all,
giving
man.
guidance to people.
I love my women. I'm telling you, the hoes still hoes, but I love the women. You know I go to mention the hoes. I love the hoes though.
They be on his ass about that too.
I ain't gonna lie. Hoes are fun.
All right, man.
Just can't marry 'em.
All right, man. This next one is from Ali, Patriot member. Ali. Say, what's up, Krew? It's Ali, no anonymous shit. And I want to clarify from the last part question I had. And I got a question, and it's quick this time, I promise.
No, it ain't.
No, it ain't. I'm looking at it.
Hell no.
For one, I wasn't shooting out of my league. I snipe what I know I can hit. While I try a half-court shot when it's mid-range jumper hit nothing but net like Kobe. And old girl I had the dress code convo with was someone I dubbed from back in the Gap on my sleeve shit. Saying she hit me randomly on my ground when I was posting me going on dates with people, minding my business. And she slid up and asked me, like, how come we never tried to get serious? And I told her straight up, you dress hella thotty. And I'm not cool with that. Yeah, we smashed back in the day, but because of how you carry yourself, we would never work. But my question is this. Y'all spoke about being vulnerable with your partner, girl, wife, and that took years to accomplish, and some men still struggle with it. But what about being vulnerable and showing vulnerability to your children? Don't get me wrong, I don't expect no grown man to break down and cry in front of their sons or daughters, but they need to see what other emotions look like besides happiness and anger, outside of the strong statue to look up to and lean on. A past generation man was stone cold. Didn't really say I love you, didn't express themselves, etc. Y'all know what I'm talking about. To be a little personal, I can count on my hand for my stepdad and biological father how many times they said I love you or expressed themselves that may not be seen in a masculine way. And still have almost all 10 fingers left. Growing up, if a girl never sees what a man's emotions look like, how can she handle them from her partner when he's frustrated or disturbed? And for a boy, if he doesn't see his father or a man expressing himself outside of happiness or anger, how will he contest himself to his partner in the future? Always, y'all stay dangerous. Much love from your favorite baby cuz.
Appreciate that.
Hell of a question.
Yeah.
So he says, essentially, how important is showing emotion and being vulnerable to your kids? And what way should you go about doing so?
Ooh.
I would just, shit. I mean, if you know how to do it, it's just leading by example, I feel. I mean, that's just my leadership style. Like, I don't have no kids, but I got 2 nephews. And I got some little cousins and stuff. And so every single time I'm with them, even when I'm playing with them, it's not only when they're leaving out the door, but like I tell them, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I make sure, like, look at me. I'm looking you in your eyes and I'm telling you, I love you. I'm going to give you a hug. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show that affection because a lot of kids, they don't get that. And you know what I'm saying? If something were to ever happen to me, I always want my nephews and just family in general just to know I cared about them. You know what I'm saying? And I said what I need to say. So, yeah, I'm definitely showing my nephews, you know what I'm saying, love. I got it. I'm trying to think if Pop said it. He didn't say it that much, but he said it, but he also showed it in other ways.
Yeah, he was definitely more of a, I feel like he was more of a shower.
Yeah, he was more of a shower. Shit, my stepdaddy don't. We just talk shit. It's just like an understanding type of love.
But that's his way of showing love.
Right. And we know that.
We know that.
Cause it's like just goofy shit. Let's go get some liquor. Like let's go barbecue and then we get $250 worth of food
I was just about
for
to say
3
that.
people. Like
I was just about to say that because he'll talk shit with us like, why y'all here? What y'all doing here? She mine. Y'all can't see y'all mama right now. And then right after that, all right, so I'm gonna go grab all this meat. We gonna buy all this and we gonna barbecue and we gonna eat good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how we know. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how he shows love to us. Like he loves. He won't say it, but he loves to just genuinely like just show out. You know what I'm saying? He know we coming in. He wanna make sure everybody eat good. He wanna make sure everybody belly fed. Like. He just like, oh, I know the boys coming in town. We gotta get this. We gotta get this. Like, I know the boys coming.
After he just told us to leave.
After he just told us to leave. Literally.
Y'all still here?
Yeah, man. I think what y'all touched on is dead accurate, man. I think in terms of vulnerability, the main thing I feel like be missing is like a lot of parents just get their kids orders without telling them why.
Yep.
And that's what I'm exercising with my daughter. Like she too, but I'm explaining to her like why I'm telling her to do certain things. or why I don't feel like doing it, or why I'm not in a good mood right now. I feel like, growing up, that wasn't the case. It was do it because I said so.
Yep.
And, you couldn't really have much transparency with your parents. It's like, okay, that's my parent. Whatever they say, I got to do. That's just the understanding. But there's room for some transparency. Not saying you tell the kid all your business, because some things kids don't need to know. They need to stay in a child's place. As far as like, and not as like a condescending way, but I want you to be innocent in the kid as long as you possibly can. Because when you get older, what's waiting on you out here?
It's a totally different monster.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, I think it's a communication thing. And I think once you do that, then you and your kid always be on the same page. So it'll be easier to be vulnerable or to express certain things, because I've set a trend going forward. Just like when kids come up to me, Dad, I want to play. I want to do this. Like, Kens, I'm tired, man. I just got off of work. I just worked a such and such hour shift. Like, and I literally talk to her like she's an adult. But that's why she is sharp as she is. But yeah. So just explaining the why, and not having to feel like, I think, and another, especially with men, we need to like make sure that our kids see Superman when they see us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what we don't realize is they gonna see us as Superman regardless.
Yes.
We don't have to try to like put that image on for them. Right. They look up to us crazy already. Like, we could, whoop them and tell her what she did wrong. 5 minutes later, Dad, it's just like she's gonna always see you. Your kid gonna always see you as superhuman anyway. So. We shouldn't be as afraid to express vulnerability or show weakness in terms to them, because that's not going to affect the way that they view us. It's just going to bring us closer together. So, yeah.
I just want to say real quick, shout out to my brother, because it's like I probably don't tell him enough, but he's definitely an amazing father to my nephews, because that is something that he does well. Like, he communicates with his kids like every chance he gets. He lets them know, like, hey, this is why, I'm whooping you. Like, this is why you're doing this. No, you can't do that because of this. Like, he's very vulnerable. I mean, I love my brother, a little sensitive, but he's very vulnerable with his kids. And he doesn't want them to, I guess, grow up like we did with the, oh, no, you can't cry. No, you know what I'm saying? He lets them know, like, hey, I'm doing this because I love you. And my nephew Nick, he's 4 years old. Like, my brother would tell him, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, we can't do this. And he'll tell him, he was like, oh, that's okay, Daddy. Like, right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he understands. He's like, you know what I'm saying, it's cool that, like, you my dad. Like, I just want to kick it with you. You know what I'm saying? So he sees him as Superman. Yeah. I was like, so shout out to D.
Yeah, man. Again, shout out to the good fathers out there, man. This is
fathers.
Good fathers. We don't do nothing else on this platform. We gonna highlight great fatherhood and men that are actually in their kids' lives.
For real.
Okay, this will probably be the last one of the day. This is from, before I play it, this is from C. Rich, Patreon member. Yeah, bro sent us a clip to play. So I'm gonna play the clip. If I can pull it up real quick. I don't have some technical difficulties, man. Black folks, All right.
That way you can check out his full broadcast. On his channel, they have a lot of conversations. If you're new, include new subscriber in your comment.
Take on some of these issues.
Include new subscriber in your attorney about her experience with marriage and divorce. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay. All right. So what's your take on this? We were talking about B. Flexen's, I think that's his name. I forgot his name. Flexen's situation. We were talking about whether there should be no fault divorce or fault divorce. We were also talking about, should there even be marriages today? Kind of what's your take on some of these issues?
Well, I mean, I love marriage. I've done it a few times. So, that's my thing,
A few times.
And I hate to say, in my younger day, I used to see it as a sport. I got married for sports. I did get married for the wrong reasons, because a lot of women, they don't know how to cash in on a a marriage.
Oh,
But I had the formula, so I did it for fun.
Wow. Okay, wait. What is the formula for cashing in on a marriage? Doing marriage just for fun.
Cashing in per se, but getting a high value man and getting them to the altar. A lot of women don't know how to do that.
Did you catch all that? She said marriage was a sport. She would get into marriages with men as a sport. It was a
thoughts.
What?
That's a 12-minute video. I'm not about to watch this whole video, but I got the gist of what she's saying. Says she married for sport, and there's a formula.
See,
pulling these high value men.
See, this is why y'all answered my question on the last episode.
Oh yeah, he's asking are people getting married for the look?
Hell yeah,
that's the prime. Like that's what I was talking about.
But then they gonna say we too broke to be. Shut up.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Like she just said that she went through 3 marriages. You know what I'm saying? She said she loves getting married, but she's been married 3 times. Like, are you getting married? Are you trying to create a long bond with somebody, or you just love the attention you get from people? You go to the altar, you see everybody like, hey, congratulations. They throwing rice at you and shit.
That's all they want.
And you feel like that's validation and love, and you end up you really having the marriage, and you understanding like, oh, I don't have what it takes, or maybe we not right for each other. Y'all get a divorce, and then you go back and do the same thing. Like that shit is wild to me. That shit is wild. That's why I take my time, because I've heard it enough. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is something that you got to understand. This is the goal of marriage is to be with this one person, you know what I'm saying, for y'all to join as one, and it to be that way for the rest of y'all lives. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have a mindset, or you don't have that as a goal, like, people shouldn't be getting married. Just simple as that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Play the field.
Disgusted.
Have your kids, however you have kids. But this is why I asked what I asked on the last episode, man. Like that shit is just wild to me.
There are women who put more work into the marriage ceremony than the actual marriage.
It's a fact.
And that shit is sad. If you took the time out and detailed things like you do to get to that day, that should translate to your marriage.
Right.
Thanks.
And that's why this woman right here, and it's not all women. We're not saying it's all women. I'm not saying it's all women, but there are a lot of women who make a lot of y'all look bad. It's a good bit of women that make women look bad because this is what they do, and we know that. They just don't say it, but we know that's what they're doing because
they don't get penalized for it.
Yeah, that's one of the main things. And so that's why men are so hesitant to get married, because in a lot of situations, he's the breadwinner. And even if he's not, it could be like they making roughly the same. He's still going to lose in that situation in most cases.
Yep.
So it's like, why would I take that chance when I could be single, or I could have somebody that don't mind being common law married? Mm-hmm. We just live together for 30 years. You file your taxes your way, I file my taxes one way. We happy, we got kids. That's why some people are okay with that, because it's too much paperwork tied up. You know what I'm saying? When you get married, and when you get divorced. So, man, that shit suck.
That take time. That take money. Like, you don't want to go through all of that. It already taken, time and money just to have the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So you want to spend more to separate.
And then that's the same woman that be on Kevin Samuels mad, talking about she want a high value man, but she done been married 3 times, and why it's not working, and those be the ones. 45 years old, divorced 3 times, and still looking for love. When you caused this, you put yourself in that position. You probably had 3 good men, and now you didn't mess them up. Now they fuck boys. Now they doing a lot of women dirty, more than likely, because you know how men are. They gonna get reckless.
And look at the words she used. She said cashing in.
Yeah.
Like, that lets you know that she's not even looking for love. She she looking at this as a monetary value. Like she's looking at these men like, oh, you know what I'm saying? If it don't work out, all right, cool, but I get some of your money.
Yep. Right. On the way out, I'm good.
Right.
Yep.
It's a whole hustle, man.
Like that's why men are hesitant as hell today. And I don't blame them.
That's just
I don't blame them, bro.
That's why I thank God every day I'm retired from the game, man. I want no parts of this. And you know, just like I told my wife, I said, me and her would not have got together at that time. I would probably still be single to this day. And that's part of the reason for it. Especially when you're a dude that's out here getting to some kind of bag, getting to some kind of success, and just, you know, solid. Like you gotta walk. It's hard to kind of decipher like the snakes from the women who genuinely care about you. Because some women, even if it ain't for the money, it's for the look. Yeah. Just for her to have a man. You know what I'm saying? So those type of women, you get in a relationship with them, and she'll be seeming like the perfect woman in the courting stage, dating stage, or whatever, and then you get in a relationship with her, and this is the worst person in the world. Like, flip a switch. Like, oh, I don't care. I got you now. Like, whatever. I'm just going to be lazy. I ain't giving no effort into this. You the man. Take care of me. Like, it's a lot of that.
Literally.
Not giving up no ass. Not, she inconsiderate. Don't give a damn if you ate today or not. Like,
yeah. And then once y'all married, and say you go out there and cheat because she's doing these things, now she gets to quote unquote cash in alimony. So it's like it's a cold game out here, bro, and that's why we preach on this platform to vet these women and demand some kind of value from her. Don't just be with a chick because she cool and she pretty and, you know, sex good.
Ain't enough.
Nah, bro. Like, how much does she genuinely care about you? Care about things that she doesn't necessarily benefit from about you. That's how we know what real love is. Mm-hmm. Like, how invested is she in things about you that she doesn't directly benefit from? And if you can't answer that, or you're struggling to answer that, you're not with the right person.
Not with the right one.
So, yeah, again, man, shout out to C. Rich, man.
Well said.
On that note, we're going to get up out of here. Y'all boys, shout out to our social medias and things of that nature.
It is so well. Now let me say.
They don't know about that. It's me, Red, at So Well the Don on IG. Y'all boys check out the S5 podcast.
Thanks.
So Well _fitness, all platforms. I want to shout out to that boy Victor. He a Patreon member. Shout out to that boy Victor. He put me on with, like, it's like one of his, I guess you say like a father figure type. You know what I'm saying? He put me on to a client, and he's been doing great. When we first started working out, he was on oxygen, could barely really do too much workouts from the chair. So we was doing workouts from the chair, 30 minutes. And shit, now he up and moving. Like, we doing exercises, him standing up. He don't like some of it. Mm-hmm. It's challenging, but shit, he up now. And before, he couldn't even do that. So without oxygen. So yeah, shout out to Victor who put me on that play. Yeah, shout S5 podcast. Y'all know what it is.
Shout out to Kenny and Smooth.
Kenny's, yeah.
Facts.
SMUV _KT _Good Rich. Make sure y'all follow them boys.
Yeah, man. Hell of an episode. Again, Red, as always. As always.
Always, you know, love. Like I said, sometimes you got to call in the reserve.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in here.
Did I? Jordan Poole. Okay.
Don't
disrespect me.
Jordan Poole put up 32 on me tonight. I'm just saying.
And then put up 7 the next night. See, that's the issue.
Don't disrespect me. All right.
But yeah, nah, shout out to Red for filling in, man. The boys should be back next week. Yeah. I'm gonna take this one on my shoulders because I'm going out of town. I'm going to Cancun tomorrow, so that kind of put a little jam on our original date that we were supposed to shoot on. So, you know, the boys couldn't make it, but again, man, the full gang should be back together next week. Battle of the Sexes. It was a hell of a night, man. It was a hell of a night.
Interesting.
And I can't wait for y'all to see it. We gonna announce a release date sometime soon, but I'm not even looking at the footage or nothing until I get back from Cancun.
Straight up.
And then we can start.
Boy, go enjoy yourself, man.
Exactly.
But
take your time off. This that time right here. You know what I'm saying?
Well deserved.
I appreciate it.
Hard working, you know what I'm saying? Take that time, boy. You know what I'm saying? Feel relief. You relax, away from stress free. Mm-hmm. Enjoy that.
Make sure pay swipe her card too.
The wild shit is I can't even let her because this her birthday trip, so I gotta, you know what I mean? But
she still gotta swipe like one time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, y'all know where to find me, man. D-Trill-AC everywhere. Krew season. Make sure y'all follow all of the pages, man. Shout out to our Patreon members first and foremost. But yeah, hell of an episode, man. We're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna play a record off that new Dom Kennedy album. If you have not heard it yet, go check it out. Shit, what you want to play off of? Me personally, I want to play Star Baby Me. But
that sounds really cool.
Sam, you got something.
Quentin Miller was live too, but it don't matter.
That's my favorite one on there. Well, yeah, we're gonna play Don't Walk Away, featuring Quentin Miller, man. Again, appreciate everybody for checking in. It's love always. See y'all next week.
Shout out YouTube, TikTok, all y'all too. We know we love y'all too.
Facts. Facts.